All right, thanks so much, Lauren.
Sure.
Strong growth in the craft beer industry, we hear, in the past couple of years. The craft beer industry is now $14 billion per year. But that's a very small fraction of the overall beer market. How do you compete with the big guys, the conglomerates of this world? Julia Herz is with us. She's with the Brewers Association. And this is, by the way, the start. We're kicking off the start of the American Craft Beer Week. Julia, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know whether you know this off the top of your head, but if craft beer is $14 billion, if that's the segment now, what was it 5 years ago or 10 years ago?
I mean, it's been growing the last 10 years, for example, 10.9% growth average each year off a larger and larger base. That
means you really must be competing very well with the Budweisers of this world, because a 10% growth rate each and every year compounded that's pretty good performance. How are you doing that?
Well, I think it's relative. We're talking a $100 billion U.S. beer market. I mean, beer brings 1.6% to our gross domestic product. You just take the sales of wine and the sales of spirits and combine them to match the sales of beer. But craft beer is only really, 7% volume still of that overall beer market. So it's still a very small piece of a very large pie.
Your problem, I would take it, is distribution. I mean, I can get a Bud any place in America, but I can't get a craft beer that you may be putting out anywhere in America, and you can't get it to me. So distribution's got to be a big problem for you.
Sure. Distributors are working very hard to up their game and bring craft to the marketplace, but it is very hard to compete, and access to market is a challenge for the small guys and girls that don't have, ownership of so many of these distributors.
But do you want to be big? I mean, if I find a craft beer, everybody likes it, do you really want it to become a national brand? Because that kind of destroy the whole idea of a craft beer, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, 2,800 breweries in the U.S., and we'd love to see 20% market share of local, small and independent craft brewers beer by 2020. I think that's very reasonable. You need a balance between that globalization of beer movement that we're seeing going on, and we'd like to see that balance by the localization of beer movement and having access to all the products in the U.S., not just the large global brands.
If this is the kickoff of the American Craft Beer Week,
yes,
are you allowed to give it away?
Are you allowed to give it away?
Yeah.
Sampling in different states is legislated very differently. And you bring up American Craft Beer Week. That's the 12th to the 18th,
right.
Just the first day. So many people will be trying and celebrating all through the week.
Yes, but, I mean, the